教育文化频道。
接下来要播出的是英语口语训练2。
Hi again, everyone. Welcome back to Conversational English. Today we have for you Unit 2, Lesson 6. Let's take a look at the preview material. After work and dinner at home, Betty coaches Edward on how to improve his public presentation skills.
好，我们今天呢要来看到的这一课呢，就是要看到 Betty 要来当这个 Ed 的教练，然后教他怎么样来做简报。我们赶快来看一下。
But I already feel nervous.
It's natural to feel nervous for public presentation because speaking in front of others, especially strangers, is not our usual speaking situation.
That's true. You mean other people have this feeling, butterflies in my stomach?
Yes, it's perfectly normal. We don't talk in public the way we talk with our friends or colleagues.
That's true. Okay, I'll give it a try. What do I do?
Remember to look, not stare, at your listeners and try to talk to them in a friendly but professional way. Imagine Mr. Pennington is sitting on the sofa with me. Now stand up and tell him about our proposal.
You see,
Come on, Ed. You know the details of our proposal better than I do. Remember to keep eye contact with him and me throughout the talk. Try it again and stand up straight.
I'd like to tell you about our ideas, Mr. Pennington, for cooperating on projects with companies based in Hong Kong and Taiwan. How was that?
Awful. You are not looking at him or me. When you look at the walls or door or windows, you are just showing others that you are dying to get out of the room.
Well, I am. Maybe we should try this again later?
There's no later. There's only now. Again.
Okay. You're right. This is for our company, and I have to do this right. I'd like to tell you about our ideas, Mr. Pennington, for cooperating on projects for companies based in Hong Kong and Taiwan. Our proposal is actually pretty simple. As companies contact us for interior design projects, we contact each other to see how we can expand into each other's markets. So, how was I this time?
Passable, but you sound like a robot. You're not being you. This is a communication between human beings. Deal with Mr. Pennington as though he's a friend. Who knows? Maybe he will be someone we really like in the future.
I see. Honey, I need a beer.
You need to practice again. I'll get your beer when you get this right.
All right then, here goes. I'd like to present our ideas, Mr. Pennington, for cooperating.
You deserve this. You've really made a lot of progress tonight.
Coming from you, it must be true. I know I still have a lot of practice before I feel more comfortable.
It's what that's all about. I know you can do this. And if we can convince Mr. Pennington that our proposal is also good for his company, not only ours, we may have a lot of new business.
And that's worth practicing for. Okay, now let's take a break before we go to part 3. In part 3, of course, is our words and phrases section. Here we have about 24, I think it is, this lesson, 24 vocabulary items for you. We'd better get busy then with number 1. And number 1 is coach. Coach.
教练
Our PE teacher coached the basketball team all day before the important game.
我们的体育老师在那场重要的球赛之前，花了一整天在指导篮球队。
A word about this word, coach, can be a noun or a verb. In the sentence we just gave you, we said the PE teacher. We could also say the PE coach coached the team.
OK， 所以这里补充的是呢，这个 coach 可以当名词，就是这个教练，或者当动词，就是教练在教哦，在指导，两个都是同一个字。OK。
Right. Okay, let's continue. Improve. Improve.
进步。
You can improve your English by practicing reading articles or listening to radio and TV programs an hour a day.
每天花1个小时阅读文章、听广播或者是看电视呢，都能够改善你的英文。
Public presentation. Public presentation.
演讲。
Speaking in front of groups of other people on important topics is called public presentation.
所谓的演讲，就是指站在一群人的面前，对他们来谈论一些重要的议题。
Upcoming. Upcoming.
即将到来的。
Tom is practicing all this weekend for his upcoming speech next Thursday.
汤姆整个周末都在替他下个礼拜四即将到来的演讲做准备。
Natural. Natural.
自然。
It is natural for people to make friends even when they are far away from home.
即使人们离家非常的远，但还是很自然的会交朋友，保持社交的行为。
Especially. Especially.
尤其是。
I like all kinds of sweets, especially cake and cookies.
我喜欢所有种类的甜点，尤其是蛋糕和饼干。
Stranger. Stranger.
陌生人。
Children should be taught not to talk to strangers or harm may come to them.
小孩应该被教导不要跟陌生人说话，否则有可能发生不好的事情。
Butterflies in one's stomach. Butterflies in one's stomach.
紧张。
What's the matter, Julia? You look so nervous.
I have butterflies in my stomach. Our final exams are this week. Julia， 怎么啦？你看起来好紧张哦。我紧张得不得了，因为下个礼拜就是期末考了。
Normal. Normal.
正常。
In Kaohsiung, it is normal for the weather to be warm and clear even in the winter months.
在高雄，即使是冬天，气候温暖、天空晴朗，也都是很正常的。
Stare. Stare.
瞪，盯着。
The new student was so pretty that Ted found himself staring at her all day.
新来的同学长得太漂亮了，以至于泰德整天都盯着她看。
Imagine. Imagine.
想象。
Children like to imagine they are superheroes or fairy tale characters when they play together.
孩子们在一起玩耍的时候呢，喜欢想象自己是英雄或者是童话故事里面的角色。
Torture. Torture.
折磨。
Climbing up the tall mountain all day in the hot sun with a heavy backpack was torture for Allison.
在大太阳底下背着很重的背包爬很高的山一整天，对艾丽森来说是个折磨。
Eye contact. Eye contact.
眼神交集。
When speaking with Westerners, it is important to keep eye contact with them, to watch their body language, and show them respect.
跟西方人说话的时候，眼神交集很重要。除了要观察他们的肢体语言，也是给予他们尊重。
Stand up straight. Stand up straight.
站直。
The relaxing soldiers all immediately stood up straight when the captain entered the room.
队长一走进房间，所有休息中的士兵们马上就站直。
Be dying to. Be dying to.
迫不及待。
When I was young, all my friends and I were always dying to see the next Harry Potter movie.
小的时候，我和我的朋友们总是迫不及待的想看新的《哈利波特》电影。
Clear one's throat. Clear one's throat.
清清喉咙。
Standing in front of the gathered soldiers, the general cleared his throat and then began his speech.
站在集合好的士兵前，这位将军清了清喉咙，并开始了他的演讲。
Imaginary. Imaginary.
想象的。
Many children talk with imaginary friends or animals when they don't have other children to play with.
很多小孩会在没有玩伴的时候，和想象出来的朋友或动物说话。
Based. Based.
以什么为基地？
Our headquarters are based in New York, but we have offices in dozens of countries as well.
我们的总部是以纽约为基地，但我们在许多的其他国家也都有办公室。
Simple. Simple.
简单。
Though the theory at first sounded complicated, by the end of his lecture, the professor made it sound simple.
虽然这个理论乍听之下非常复杂， 但是到课堂的最后，这个教授让它听起来就变得相当的简单了。
Expand, expand.
扩展。
Our current office space is not big enough. Therefore, the boss wants to expand our office by moving into a larger office building.
目前我们办公室的空间不够大，所以老板呢想要搬到更大的办公大楼来扩展办公室。
Passable, passable.
勉强及格。
My cooking is not very good, but at least it's passable.
我的厨艺当然不是非常好，不过至少还勉强过关。
Robot, robot.
机器人。
Not all robots are made to look like people. Many of them have a very simple design.
不是所有的机器人呢都被制造出来长得像人类，有许多种的机器人呢都只有很简单的设计。
A word about a robot. This is what we call an acronym. It's a kind of abbreviation which can be said as a word. You might also be interested in a word like laser or radar. Those were originally groups of words, laser, light amplification and stimulation of emitted radiation. I had to memorize that. L-A-S-E-R, it became a word. Most people don't know that laser is an acronym. Most people don't know that robot is also an acronym and not from English. It comes from the Czech language. An author about 100 years ago wrote a story about machines that looked like people. It was a new idea at that time. And from the name of the book, I don't know Czech, R-O-B-O-T, and people started to call machines that look like people or do people's work robots.
Wow! 这个 Bruce 老师真的是非常非常的博学多闻哦，所以他刚补充了说呢，很多人都以为 robot 这个字就是机器人，它是一个字。结果呢，刚刚 Bruce 老师告诉我们，第一个它是 R-O-B-O-T， 它是这分别5个字，它都取第一个字母呢，把它合起来的，这就是我们刚刚说的 acronym。Right， 好，就是这种缩写的这个造字。那所以呢，刚刚还举了一个很恐怖的字叫 laser 哦，它也是由那个 L， 然后跟 A 还有 S 跟 E 跟 R 的5个字哦，就是这5个字母开头弄的。然后他背出来的那个东西，我根本连听都没听过。好，那最后呢，补充到说这个 robot 这个字呢，甚至它不是英文的人把它创出来的，它其实是在这个捷克 ，right Czech 啊，他们呢这个国家里面，因为首度呢有出现就是称呼啊这种这个长得像人的机器。或者是做人类在做的事情的这些 machine 啊，他们把它用这5个字称呼，于是呢，我们没有办法讲出这5个这么长的字，所以才产生了 R-O-B-O-T 这个字，所以是从捷克来的。Wow, thank you so much for this useful information.
$500, please.
Maybe next time.
Okay, let's continue and finish up. Human being. Human being.
人类。
There are now more than 7 billion human beings living on planet Earth.
目前生活在地球上的人类总数已经超过了70亿。
A word about the phrase human being. If you want plural, being 加 s, not human. But you don't need being. You can also say human, humans, but human being, human beings.
好，所以这里小心哦。第一个 human being 呢，它的这个复数 s 就加在 being 的后面，那或者你就直接说 human 或者 humans， 这样就可以了。OK？
Okay. Convince. Convince.
说服。
We tried to convince Dad to take us to the beach on Sunday, but he didn't want to miss an important baseball game on TV.
我们试着说服爸爸星期日呢带我们去海边，可是他不想错过在电视上有一场很重要的棒球比赛。
Okay, that finishes part 3. We'll take a short break now and come back with parts 4 and 5. Part 4, an extra serving. This week, again, you can find in your workbook something really special. Most people in the world are afraid to speak publicly because they don't, I think, because they don't really understand what they're doing, what the situation is, and most importantly, that almost everybody naturally feels nervous when they're getting used to or preparing for a speech. Lots of good information based on my experience as a public speaking coach for many, many years. I hope you'll find it useful. Try it out. Public speaking can actually be a lot of fun.
好，所以呢，这一周的这个资讯补给站呢 ，again 啊，它不光是只有英文的部分，让同学们可以学到更多东西。在这个 Bruce 老师个人的经验上面呢，在公开场合去做一个表达，这样子的一个经验呢 ，Bruce 老师也提供了很多在我们这一周的资讯补给站，所以大家呢可以好好的把握。因为其实这个public 公开，然后呢 presentation 这个表达，它其实我们翻成演讲，是因为大家最熟悉演讲，可它其实并不只是指演讲，其实很多时候像你在做一些简报。或者在做一些这个公开场合里面，主持人在跟人家沟通等等，其实只要是公开的这样子的一个 presentation 一个表达呢，它都是合在这个字的范围里。那在这个部分 ，Bruce 老师自己以前也都是做这方面的教练coach， 所以非常的厉害。好，所以这个礼拜 you cannot miss it.
Hope you won't. It's good for you. All right. Now let's take a look at our quiz, part 5. We've got a matching exercise for you. Remember, column A, column B, but there are more items in column B than you need to match with the 5 items in column A. So you have to choose carefully. Let's take a look at our 2 columns right now. Okay, I'm going to read them through for you as a review. Column A, we have normal, imaginary, upcoming, passable, and simple. A normal, from the 7 items in column B, I would choose number 5, usual.
OK， 好，我们看到呢，这个 A 栏的 normal 我们就是指正常的，所以呢，合乎它的这个选项当然会是 B 栏里面的第5个，也就是 usual 寻常的、平常的。
Okay, our second item in column A, B is imaginary, and that's an adjective. If we look in column B, number 3, pretend, which is actually more often used as a verb, but can also be used as an adjective. So we can have an imaginary friend or a pretend friend.
That's right. 所以呢 ，B 我们看到的是想象中的、想象出来的那种，不是真的的。所以呢，最合乎的是第3个，就是假装的。而且2个词性呢，刚刚 Bruce 老师也讲到，都是形容词，所以我们正确就会选3。
C is upcoming, and that means soon in the future. So our choice 1 is the best, soon to happen.
没错。C 呢 ，upcoming 是即将到来的，那么正确当然会选1，就是很快就要发生的。
D is passable. Remember my cooking? It's not very good, but it's passable.
That's right.
So 6 would be best here, of average quality.
True. 好，所以这里 D 呢 ，passable 我们已经学到，它是指勉强及格、勉强过关的。那最合乎的会是6，6就是呢，它是具有。这里的 of 同学可以写下，它是指具有，我们不翻成的啊。具有呢，平均一般的这个水准就是60分嘛。OK。
E is simple. The opposite of simple is complicated. So if we put un in front of complicated, it will have the same meaning as simple.
That's right. 所以 E 呢很简单，它是 simple 简单。那么选的选项就是第4个，复杂的前面加了 un 这个字首就变成不复杂，所以答案是4。
Okay, that finishes part 5. If you didn't get them all right, you don't get supper tonight.
They'll just go get McDonald's or, by themselves.
I'm sure they would.
Okay.
I would. All right, now let's watch that dialogue again for our second time. But I already feel nervous.
It's natural to feel nervous for public presentation because speaking in front of others, especially strangers, is not our usual speaking situation.
That's true. You mean other people have this feeling, butterflies in my stomach?
Yes, it's perfectly normal. We don't talk in public the way we talk with our friends or colleagues.
That's true. Okay, I'll give it a try. What do I do?
Remember to look, not stare at your listeners, and try to talk to them in a friendly but professional way. Imagine Mr. Pennington is sitting on the sofa with me. Now stand up and tell him about our proposal.
Well, you see,
Come on, Ed. You know the details of our proposal better than I do. Remember to keep eye contact with him and me throughout the talk. Try it again and stand up straight.
I'd like to tell you about our ideas, Mr. Pennington, for cooperating on projects with companies based in Hong Kong and Taiwan. How was that?
Awful. You are not looking at him or me. When you look at the walls or door or windows, you are just showing others that you are dying to get out of the room.
Well, I am. Maybe we should try this again later?
There's no later. There's only now. Again.
Okay. You're right. This is for our company, and I have to do this right. I'd like to tell you about our ideas, Mr. Pennington, for cooperating on projects for companies based in Hong Kong and Taiwan. Our proposal is actually pretty simple. As companies contact us for interior design projects, we contact each other to see how we can expand into each other's markets. So, how was I this time?
Passable, but you sound like a robot. You're not being you. This is a communication between human beings. Deal with Mr. Pennington as though he's a friend. Who knows? Maybe he will be someone we really like in the future.
I see. Honey, I need a beer.
You need to practice again. I'll get your beer when you get this right.
All right then. Here goes. I'd like to present our ideas, Mr. Pennington, for cooperating.
You deserve this. You've really made a lot of progress tonight.
Coming from you, it must be true. I know I still have a lot of practice before I feel more comfortable.
It's what that's all about. I know you can do this. And if we can convince Mr. Pennington that our proposal is also good for his company, not only ours, we may have a lot of new business.
And that's worth practicing for. Keep practicing your English. See you next week. Till then, bye-bye.